Hey folks, so today we will talk about the Localfirst, and I already have the multiple videos, and you could follow my playlist about the Localfirst. But usually people talk about the bright side of the technology, what the technology unlock for us, and I have quite good video about the business values of the Localfirst. But today we will talk about maybe not so bright side, so the dark part of the Localfirst and why the Localfirst is actually harder than it needs to be. First of all, it's the new architecture pattern, or relatively new. So we on the early stage of the adopters, and a lot of things are extremely hard, or harder than it should be on the practice, because right now we have not so much frameworks or ready-to-use solutions, or even the good blueprints how to use the Localfirst. And it's more about the development experience. So we really want to have this nice thing that you work with the local database, with your regular tools like the SQLite and all those things, and focus on the cool features, and then use some synchronization server where we hide all this complexity. But for example, for us, this super nice synchronization layer that are protocol based is not there, and we need to build our own, and it's extremely complex, unfortunately. So, and what's actually the hard part of the Localfirst? So for sure, the synchronization and data synchronization and cross-device experience. So what you get in a cloud practically for free, you should really work hard to get in a Localfirst setup. So because usually when user connect to the cloud application, all the data is there, so he could connect from the multiple devices, multiple places, and get quite bad, super slow, but a constant experience where he access his data in a same manner and all other things. On the Localfirst, if you want to achieve this, you need the complex synchronization agent and all other things, and it's mind-blowing to build one. Another thing that in a Localfirst, you don't have the easy ability to block users from doing something. So blocking operations and waiting operations, it's extremely hard because data is local, so you have practically no mechanism to prevent users of doing something. Then you need to half brew some hybrid solution that if you have some critical passes on the data or the critical operations, you need to simulate this blocking experience, and it's not so straightforward in a Localfirst. Another thing is the materialization of the data. What I mean, that every Localfirst application store their own copy of the data, and if you in some point decide to revoke the access from the device, we still have the copy of the local data, that this data are materialized, and we could not simply just change the permissions in the database and do not give the data to the user anymore. This pattern simply do not work, and we need to deal with this materialization of the data actually. So we could fix it in a few different scenarios. So maybe we could implement some self-destroying data on the device, or do something, but it's a real problem that as far as data are local and as far as data are localized, it's not so easy to revoke or take them out. So it's the main promise to the user that this data stay with him and it's on his ownership. And materialization of the data, permission management, changing of the permissions, partial sync, and blocking operations are mind-blowingly hard on the Localfirst setup, unfortunately, and you really need to design the system carefully in these areas, for sure. And the biggest problem of the Localfirst, as I mentioned at the beginning, that is relatively new pattern. Yeah, and so you somehow pioneering in a space, and sometimes you could be alone if your use case is not fitting the mainstream. And then you should build your own tools and solve your own problems and show other people the road that you walk through. And actually, that's the hardest part actually. So that's it. It was the dark sides of the Localfirst, but still The bright side, it's much brighter than the dark part. So we will still keep trying of doing local fast. So that was all that I was keen to share with you. See you next time. Choose.